couple of minutes of movement to get everything going. Starting on your knees, take yourself into an extended child pose with your fingertips on the mat but your wrists off the mat. You roll your shoulders away from your ears and you stretch your tail away from your fingertips, lengthening the vertebrae away from each other. Take some nice deep breaths here, feeling as if your back is floating up towards the ceiling on the inhalation and chest is draping down towards the ground on the exhalation. And then draw yourself up, knees together. Drop the hips from side to side, just mobilizing the pelvis. So many of us are really stiff through the pelvis. And then give yourself a big circle with the pelvis. So imagine you've got a pencil from your tummy button and you're circling that pencil around your mat. One direction with the pelvis and then the other direction. Beautiful. Knees wide, hands wide. Drop your pelvis back. We're going to breathe out as we draw ourselves forward, just switching on deep core muscles. Shoulders above fingers, so weight bearing through those arms. Dropping down to inhale, drawing forward, breathing out. Keep the upper back muscles actively pushing towards the ceiling. Keep the chin tucked in, looking straight at the mat. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Take your left foot forward. I'm going to get you just to mobilize the pelvis here. So pubic bone forward, tailbone under, release. Doing a couple of these. Just to stretch into the hip flexors and the quadricep muscles. And then keep the pelvis tucked under, hand on the outside of the knee, lengthening up the fingers up and over, tiny lateral stretch. That's it. Come down, inch those toes forward, take the hand down towards the ground, press the knee back with your elbow and open your chest up towards the ceiling. Maybe even taking hand up as well. If your hand is up, take your fingertips back a little bit and look down at the ground. So we're stretching into the chest muscles, these pectoral muscles. They get tight, they pull the shoulders forward. Lovely. Drop yourself back. Bring your toes back for a moment so we stretch the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Keeping the chest lifted, the back muscles activated, shoulders down away from ears. And then bring yourself over to the other side. So doing a little bit of a rotation with the pelvis, opening up into the quadriceps. Like so, hand on the outside of the knee, up and over, stretching the side body. Great for the spine to get this little lateral stretch, opening up into the hips. Slowly coming down, inch those toes forward. Draw yourself into an open twist. So hands down towards the ground, elbow drawing the knee back, open the chest. So we're getting into this thoracic part of the spine here. Maybe hand up and then maybe looking down as well. Sigh the breath out. Lovely. Oh, that feels good. Okay, so a couple of cat and cows. Tuck the toes, lift the tail, and then tuck the tail round the spine. Lift and tuck. Lift and tuck. Doing it with the breath. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to tuck. Now this time, lift, and then on the exhalation, downward facing dog slowly. So start with your knees bent, up on the balls of your feet. Roll shoulders away from your ears. Stretch the spine as much as you can by lifting the tail back and up. Then start to press the heels down. Walk your dog. Armpits want to swivel so that they're facing the ground. Lots of space between your ears and your shoulders. Drop the knees across the midline of the body. Take a deep breath in and then sigh the breath out. And then take yourself into malasana, so toes out, heels together, dropping down into a squat with your bum up behind you. Gently press your knees apart with elbows or forearms. Upper back muscles activated. Good. Nice and relaxed through the pelvic floor. And then heel toe your feet together. Drop yourself into a forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Let the head be relaxed. Maybe swinging from side to side, holding your elbows. Beautiful. Hands just above the knees. Draw yourself into a tabletop so your back muscles are strong. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Base of the rib cage is drawing in. Tail's going straight back. Crown of the head is straight forward. Push down and out with your feet so you start to straighten your legs and get into the hamstrings a little bit. Roll the shoulders up towards your ears and then slide them down and back so they're sitting into the back parts of the sockets. And maybe take hands behind you for a moment. Little fingers up, thumbs down. So strong through the back of the body. Dropping down and then just flow yourself all the way up. Backwards swimming with the hands for rotation of those shoulders. Give yourself a swish, releasing the diaphragm, helping you get some nice deep breaths into the body. And hands behind the head, interlacing fingers, elbows back. Push down and out with your feet. Don't lock your knees. Take some nice deep breaths where you're drawing your chin in. You're kind of setting the back line of the body. And then just draw your hands down. Let the shoulders slide down your back. And you're set. Thank you for joining me.